A company is tracking your data. Spotify Wrapped. My daughter's teacher says she talks so much that she put her next to the nonverbal kid in class and the kid talks now. RAM, AI, gaming PCs and consoles. Hard to swallow pills. Every man learns for himself the uselessness of owning an iPad. My boss, I'm telling you the truth, we can't afford to give you a raise. I'll bite to cars with my bonus. AI bubble, hype. Wow, how did you get like that? Every time Microsoft ruins anything, I do one push-up. Jesus Christ. My FBI agent wondering why I'm going to the Netherlands every night at 3 AM. How I wanted to end the year versus how I actually ended the year. When someone mentions Jack Frost but you have no idea which one they are talking about. The literal last day before finals. My students, is this the time to ask for makeups? The north wind has arrived. It'll be gusting in about 30 minutes. Why my dad sound like a reffing samurai? We are the sleaziest piece of media named Euphoria, anime fans. When I see an annoying spoiled child in public and his mom doesn't do anything. It only takes one step to turn your life around, the step. Elon Musk is the new Henry Ford. Those who don't know, those who know. Every time I have a video call with my kid. When someone ignores your advice and you're done sugarcoating, I was always against everything you were doing, and I'm really glad to be exactly right. POV going out with dad, me trying to finish the 2000°C coffee mom just handed me, dad growing impatient telling me to hurry the F up. Me watching Shelby Oaks when the crazy lady picked up the pillow and started walking towards the crib. Get away from him, you bee. Just went for a pie while still wearing my microphone and the whole conference heard me call the urinal a thirsty boy. Insane pose. Taking the longer way home so I can dissociate and listen to all my favorite songs. The people. Discounts. So what if I'm done in 3 minutes? Does your Viber give you 4 head kisses and buy you chicken nuggets? Me showing my friends photos of my crush at her wedding. I really do love this time of year. The Christmas music, the twinkle lights, the woman in front of me in line at Costco who just told her husband we can give your cousin a pile of dog shit for all I care. What the F even happened from January until now? You're becoming too comfortable again. Remember what happened last time? Me petting my cat for the last time before I sell him for RAM. I fired my employees for misconduct and not because they formed a union, right? Not because they formed a union, right? Introvert or extrovert quizzes are so funny because they are always like, 1. Where are you happiest? A. Reading a book by myself in the dark while crying. B. Eating powder off a park bench with 80 of my closest friends. Artificial intelligence can't replace you if you're not intelligent. Touching grass is not enough, I need horrible things to happen to powerful people. Postal service fee to deliver my package 3,500 miles, $10.50. Uber Eats fee to deliver my food 3.5 miles, $30.50. A 71-year-old man from Rwanda lives 55 years in isolation for fear of women. He even locked himself up with a 16-foot fence to ensure no women came near him. When you lost sight of the huge insect in your room after looking away for 1 second. Calculating my Christmas budget and realizing everyone's getting a hug. My mom stood 8 feet away in the kitchen while she texted me this. Keep your DoorDash app ready. I do not like the way your sister's mashed potatoes are looking. Me. I need to save more money. Also me. Me at 2 AM pretending I work better under pressure even though I'm lying inside. One of the McDonald's staff just told me they didn't know who Grimace was and my brain went haywire and I blurted out he effing works here. Me shredding bro's birth certificate and his whole existence after he repeated what I said in a nerd voice. My wife called to tell me she saw a fox on the way to work. I asked her how she knew it was on its way to work. She hung up on me. Divorce moms telling their 7-year-old son how evil their daddies. Me when I start using my own money and realize how expensive I am. The people at the doctor's office just tried to reassure me that my son isn't the worst kid they have ever seen by telling me a story about the time a kid yanked a banner down from the ceiling. What they didn't realize was it was a story about my kid. My friend on a random Thursday, do you want to blast metal and get drunk? Me, I like the way you think. You would like us to rebuild a deranged robot in order to catch another one, a great plan. You were in my dream lol, it's working. I love when a man is funny. When you thought you were done arguing but then you hear them say something under their breath. When you want to spend your time wisely and efficiently, so you spend all day trying to figure out what to do. When you're a fast learner but also have short-term memory loss so it cancels out. Looking at my paycheck and realizing I'm working just to afford to work. 7-year-old son, mom if you see a bump in my pants that's just the natural bump that happens sometimes. Me, not wanting to ask further questions. Okay, turned out he had a bag of Doritos shoved in his pants so he could sneak them into his room. When you Google your symptoms, Google someone who just wants to talk about a game they enjoyed, that game's fandom. So how do I draw on a computer without a stylist? YouTube. Just don't do it. How it feels when you notice something weird in the background of a scene minutes before the characters bring attention to it. Discovering something new. Chemistry. Biology. Why is Monday so far from Friday but Friday is so close to Monday? When you wake up from a dream that is 100,000 times better than your current life. When they ask me to mark the photos for anti-cyber control. They say money can't buy happiness, but after getting this I can confirm, it sure can rent it. D. Powder. When. Crystal. McDonald's. I really like men that think ahead. I already drank a liter of pineapple juice. What? To anybody I offended in 2025, work on yourself so I don't have to do it again in 2026. Best place to cry in Montreal. Looking for a quiet scenic spot in Montreal where I can be alone and let myself cry in peace. The location really matters and it needs to feel beautiful. Friend's girlfriend. It's not cheating if I mess with other girls. There is no patient. Just me. Then he could have with other girls, just no patient. Spotify, YouTube Music. I went to the doctor and he told me don't eat anything fatty. I asked, what like, pizzas or burgers? He replied, no fatty, just don't eat anything. Actually launching a game. Making and beta launch only available in Kenya, Chile and Qatar. Mobile game companies. Average internet user in 2025. Everywhere I go, I see these comments. This is AI. Screams AI. AI garbage. AI slop. Y'all it's not real, it's AI. Is this is AI? What's worse than heartbreak? Changing the answer on a test that was originally correct. Historians in 2067 trying to figure out what Charlie Kirk actually looked like. Gravity waiting for cartoon characters to look down after running off a cliff. Me. So why is there a pizza on the roof? My Breaking Bad friend. I'm so glad you asked. Clears throat. People fighting over whether 67 or 69 is the funniest number. People who know it's actually 25. What is my purpose? To steal RAM and people's jobs. Oh my god. Deep sea fish at the atoll looking up on March 1, 1954. Thank you for protecting cat's identity, Google Maps. Me at 3 AM googling the cast of the TV show I just finished. Putting A Christmas Carol in the fiction section because it has ghosts in it. Putting it in the fiction section because a rich person changes for the better in it. Great views in this window seat. Can I get a refund? At Ryanair, 67. Me after making something in kitchen. Me trying to hold my life together. Me 98% of the time. Me 1 to 2 days before an important social event. To protect themselves from harm, lions grew sharper fangs, turtles grew harder shells, humans grew disassociation, problems, hey, no. Me, I believe science. Science, please just don't use your phone right before bed and right after waking up. It's literally destroying your circadian rhythm. Me, no. No wonder it's been cold as hell. Someone left the fridge open. Woman, my son's no why and he's an angel. Her angel. The father wasn't available for any comments. My parents at my age. Let's buy this house. Yes, me at my age. I will never financially recover from this. Me waiting for my phone to stop ringing so I can use it again. Don't ever send that stupid effing shark again. When you're on your 483rd selfie and you start to accept the fact that you are ugly. Star Trek is peak science fiction because Dr. Bones McCoy keeps telling his boss that he is not qualified for the job without getting fired. How my watch later list looks like, the ones I actually end up watching. Grammy, Gram is handsome boy. Teacher, me asking why the theorem works, you'll learn it in the higher grades. Real job simulator. Training data for AI robots. Turn on instantly, runs completely silent even under load, battery lasts 20 hours on one charge, still fast after years, cost me $300 used, pick unrelated BM1 MacBook Air. When someone lies and forgets you were there when it happened. I don't care if it's lonely at the top, it was lonely at the bottom too. If Vecna could do it, so could you. The type of she my mom sends me after a slight disagreement. You listen to cool music every day but play Mambo number 5 one time and Spotify is like your number one artist this year is Lou Bega. We told him you want to meet him. When your shampoo says repairs damage but you're still broken on the inside. Costco wholesale, Steam, always treating customers like humans. Me finally adjusting to being in my 30s, 40s. There's something in those trees. Me and the boys chilling at the hospital while the psychiatrist tries to explain the severity of my schizophrenia. I just want a girl who will f me once in a while, bite the for reptile, want me to chill them, and offer to eliminate my opponents. Is that too much to ask? Shout out to priests with guns. Gotta be one of my favorite genders. Did you see me leave that bar sober? I'm really proud of myself. It was a salad bar. I'm buying pads and the cashier like no fun time for you tonight. I said nah, I got a hole. Cashier. Me. Next time I bet she minds her damn business. I thought I liked seeing movies but turns out I like eating candy in a dark room where it's illegal to talk to me. A parking space in downtown Toronto makes $27 per hour. A real person with thoughts and feelings capable of suffering makes less than a goddamn parking space. When I'm having a good day and then realize I have a little too much space in my pockets. Hey honey, I just booked us a 1-week all-inclusive stay at Little St. James Island. People who don't know. People who know. Rich people who know. How bored am I? I watch Family Guy's funniest moments. Oh yeah, by watching the full episodes. Right through here sir. POV. You just told me you prefer light mode. Me the night before the final exam. That one random guy who made a Quizlet for this course 3 years ago. A company is tracking your data. YouTube recommendations. Me looking at my bro's girlfriend who is laughing at me as if I don't have a secret that can make her cry for 2 hours straight. Me knows car is locked. Me anyways. Hey babe, the garbage is out, the last load of laundry is in the dryer and supper will be ready in 5 minutes. Babe, OF, I'm so wet. In the future you'll be able to buy any video game you want but you'll have no time to play them. My dental plan is I guess I'll just chew on this side of my mouth from now on. Adult men in the early 2010s for some reason, hating persistently on an adolescent Justin Bieber. Me pulling up with the boys after my girl said she's missing romance in our relationship. Don't worry, you will meet your soulmate when the time is right. The time. You know, I heard it's important to start the year off right, so would you care to join me at my place later? I hate flying insects man, you can fly for free. You could fly to any holiday destination of your choice but here you are in my face. Mars, NASA come over. NASA, I can't, I need more money. Mars, I'm NASA. Why you so quiet? What's on your mind? Part of my mind that is constantly under pain. The winter season has already begun. The job, the new recruit at work. Your listening age, 2000, since you were into Mongolian throat singing from 25 AD. That moment when you realize Goku gets soloed by the indomitable human spirit. My girl wanted a piggyback picture on the beach and a random biker watching the sunset said he wanted one too. Bro looks happier with the biker. But I read on the internet that charging electric cars burns more fossil fuels than if you were just to use a gas-powered herbal essence shampoo commercials in the 90s. The idea of having to earn a living implies that by default you don't actually deserve to be alive. He's out of line but he's right. You ever chilled your own vibe from thinking too much? You have enough useless trivial knowledge, but I don't have these. Wikipedia. Me when someone blames me for something I 100% did. American history teachers. It was called the Cold War because no shots were fired between the opposing superpowers, Asians, Africans and Latinos during the Cold War. Register and receive some goodies. Register and receive some baddies. Santa has the right idea, only visit people once a year, eat a snack, leave early. Watching on for girls make millions selling as you work for minimum wage. I was watching a VTuber's handheld stream and then a monster-like hand appeared and it was over. Studies show young people are having less sex than previous generations. I knew I was ahead of my time. 2010. Soon AI will come and do our laundry while we do art and poetry. 2025. AI does all our art and poetry while we are stuck with laundry.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.